Leaving the mountain has been a rare occurrence this past year, but with lockdowns and now the demands of the farm, we have been content to stay on our lookout point above the clouds. But an invitation from some good friends took us to the locality around Aveiro. The journey off the mountain to Aveiro takes about an hour on good roads, the A25. Generally the roads in Portugal are good. The toll roads, you have to pay a toll. And they're quick and easy and not hindered by lots of traffic. We spent the day exploring a very small section of the Rio de Aveiro, the Averio Lagoon, which is situated on the Atlantic coast and has Aveiro as its main urban centre. The lagoon is one of Europe's last remaining coastal marshlands and a haven for numerous bird species. It stretches for a total of 45 kilometres. Bozo and I headed for the Balos de Combaia at Matosa, where we would follow the coastal path and meet up with Chris and our friends along the way. But first, we needed to stop, take a look at the swing and the view. We are completely off the mountains. We're next to a river close to the sea, and we're going to go for a walk in a completely different location. Chris has gone off for a bike ride with some good friends of ours, some people who helped us when we first came to Portugal, a really nice family, and they invited us to go for a bike ride, and we decided that me riding a bike and managing the dog, he will run alongside. That's how he ended up following Chris, because he followed Chris up the mountain on the bike. But if he sees another dog or something interesting, he's not controllable and running with him on a line or even trying to keep him in a basket. At the moment, we haven't trained him or crossed that bridge to see what he's like. So I'm more than happy to just sit here. We'll go for a walk, we'll see the sights, we'll have a coffee, we'll meet the guys, and then we'll go back. And we've been invited for lunch, so it's just nice to come off the mountain and see a different part of Portugal and do something different. For Bozo, it was sniff heaven. A whole new range of smells and bushes to leave messages, and he left a lot. The path was simple and easy to walk on, good and flat. I saw at the beginning of the walk very few people. It did increase later on in the morning, but it was also winter, so perhaps in the summer it becomes very busy. It is a perfect way to see lots of birds, so if you do take this path, take your binoculars. Bozo too seemed fascinated by the seabirds that were out in the lagoon. Were these strange goats? I could see him thinking. But he didn't bark, so that was good. Then as we walked along, someone familiar arrived on a bike. Who's that? No. Hang on. You're gonna have to come here. You can't. Oh, he's gonna be.
Hello, what are you on the bike? Hello. You okay? You enjoying it? Yeah, I can tell you're enjoying it, can't you?
He's in smell heaven. It's like every clump of grass. Oh, message. The next one. Message. Oh God.
Yeah. You're enjoying it. I can tell. You're very excited. That's a good boy.
Beautiful. When Chris and our friends set off again on their bikes, Bozo was desperate to join them. And as much as in my heart I would have loved him to run alongside, it just was not safe or worth the risk. We would meet them later on along the path at the coffee shop. Alright.
Coffee, yeah, because it's quite cold.
You're cold. I'm roasting. The day out had been perfect, an opportunity to recharge batteries and connect with old friends. But then it was back to work, to the mountain, and to take matters into our own hands and start work on the yellow house. You okay? Chris began to remove the unsupported walls in the house, and we had a plan C if we could not get someone to come and put an RSJ in the roof so we could take all of the walls down. So, if you don't already know, we've reached that point. I think a couple of weeks ago we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do with the house. We don't know how to move forward. We literally cannot get anyone to come. We've got some really good Portuguese friends who have been trying to ring up. So there's a gentleman in the village who said 2 times that he would come. He was going to come this weekend and measure up, tell us what to order. We've seen him in the village twice. He hasn't come. He was going to come before Christmas. He hasn't come. It's not filling us with an awful lot of hope that he is actually going to come, even if he comes and does the job. If he measures up, then he's going to come. So we just are feeling that sense of, I think this is the frustration and the reality of life in Portugal. That is that certain things you just can't get people to come and do. And because they know that you're English, we think we've had that as well in terms of the calçada, that our other Portuguese friends, when we told them the prices that we've been quoted, they were like, no, it should be half of that. So we're having to deal with inflated prices and people who don't want to turn up and do. It's just like, okay. But I think this is beginning to be frustrating, because I don't know how we can get the support in the roof so we can take all of the walls down, and then we can. Yeah, I think everything else is doable, because it's not complicated. It's not a massive space. It's just, you know, can you say a big tiny house? But it's just that, Please, can somebody come and help us do that one job? Right, it's a beautiful afternoon. It's cold standing here in the shade. I've got a coffee waiting for me, and then I'm going to go and dig in the garden. Since I filmed this story, we think we may have found someone who can help us put an RSJ in the roof, and then we can take down all of the walls. But we're not holding our breath. We'll just wait and see. Thank you so much for watching this story. There is much more to tell, and many more events and ups and downs and false starts to go as far as the yellow house is concerned. I'm sure that story will continue to pop up as we try to make progress. So you don't miss anything, please do subscribe, keep up to date. It would be lovely to have you. Thank you for listening, and do give me a like before you leave. Goodbye. Oh, if you know somebody who can fit RSJs in roofs, please let us know. We really need someone to help.